Demi Lovato is one of those pop stars who makes you wonder, why did not she blow up like she was supposed to? She has powerhouse vocals, a loyal fan base from her Disney days, and constant media attention. Yet somehow, the mainstream crown has always eluded her. And no, this isn't a hit piece, it's more of a love letter with a side of tough love. Think late-night ice cream and tears to skyscraper vibes. We have been rooting for Demi for over a decade, but something always seems to get in the way. So why isn't Demi Lovato a main pop girl up there with Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus, and Selena Gomez? Grab a snack. Let's unpack this. Once upon a Disney Channel. Back in the early 2010s, Demi, Miley, and Selena were the princesses of Disney Channel royalty. The media affectionately dubbed them the Disney Trinity. It was easy to assume they'd all achieve equal superstardom once they shed the Mickey Mouse ears and traded in G-rated scripts for high heels and billboard hits. Fast forward to 2025, and while Miley is still a risk-taking genre shapeshifter, Selena has become a mogul with beauty brands and an Emmy-nominated acting career. And Demi has had some moments, plural, but never quite eras. The first red flag, the authenticity problem. Let's get one thing straight, Demi Lovato can sing. Like, whistle tone, belt the roof off. Is this even human? Levels of vocal power. But here's the thing, in pop music, having a good voice alone does not always take you to the top. If that were the case, we would all be wearing Celine Dion merch and Ariana would still be a Broadway kid. The issue with Demi has never been her talent. It's that her career has often felt curated, overmanaged, slightly too aware of the market trends. Each era of Demi's discography seems like it was built around a marketing plan, not an artistic revelation. Her team has regularly rebranded her around what's trending, be it empowering pop anthems, soul-bearing ballads, or punk pop throwbacks. And while those lanes are not inherently bad, it's the timing and execution that makes it all feel like a boardroom brainstorm instead of a natural evolution. Take her 2022 pivot back to pop rock. Fans had been begging for that return for years, but it only came once pop punk had a resurgence, thanks to artists like Machine Gun Kelly and Olivia Rodrigo. Coincidence? Or was it calculated? It felt less like Demi reclaiming her roots and more like hopping on a bandwagon with punk-colored hair and eyeliner. The fanbase that never cemented. Pop icons don't just have fans, they have armies. Think Swifties, Arianators, Barbs. These fandoms would sell their kidneys for concert tickets and threaten to cancel anyone who speaks ill of their fave. Demi's fanbase. Let's just say it's more of a passionate book club than an army. Sure, there's affection, nostalgia, respect, but there's a lack of mobilization, a lack of culture. Demi never really cultivated a strong identity for her fans to rally around. The emotional vulnerability she often leads with, while admirable, does not always translate into pop superstardom. You can't build an empire solely on public breakdowns and inspirational quotes. We stand healing, but even the biggest mental health advocates need a banger or two to keep people dancing while crying. Exhaustion from overexposure of the wrong kind. Somewhere along Demi Lovato's journey, her personal trauma stopped being a part of her story and started becoming the entire brand. Every major life struggle, whether it was her overdose, eating disorder, fractured relationship with her father, or ongoing battles with sobriety, was soon followed by an album, a documentary, or a deeply personal interview. What began as raw vulnerability eventually morphed into a predictable pattern. Fans, who once rallied around her resilience, began to feel emotionally drained. Instead of anticipating her next musical chapter, many found themselves bracing for the next crisis. There's a thin line between sharing your truth and being defined by it, and sadly, Demi's narrative has lingered too long in the realm of heartbreak and hardship. It's a risky place for any artist, not just for public perception, but for personal healing. Fans want to support the person, yes, but they also need something to celebrate, not just survive. Where's the sonic fingerprint? Selena Gomez may not be the strongest singer, but she has style. Whispery, Dreamy vocals layered over vibe, ethereal production, that's her niche. Miley? A chameleon. She can do country, rock, and synth pop with a raspy vocal twang that makes every song instantly hers. Demi, on the other hand, is known for having a powerful voice, but not necessarily a signature sound. She's dabbled in R&B, EDM, soul, bubblegum pop, rock, and back again. Her vocal acrobatics are impressive, yes, but they've never found a consistent home. Think about it. When you hear a Demi song on the radio, does it scream, "That's Demi"? Or are you checking your phone to see who it is? Missing the universality mark. Some of Demi's best work came when she sang about universal themes: love, heartbreak, jealousy, power dynamics in relationships. That's the relatable stuff people crave. Albums like Tell Me You Love Me prove this. Songs like Sorry Not Sorry and You Don't Do It For Me Anymore were confident, catchy, and not drowning in pain. But in recent years, Demi's music has been heavy, not metaphorically, literally heavy. The subject matter is often so deeply personal and trauma-specific that it stops resonating with the average listener. Fans want honesty, but they also want something they can sing in the car without crying into their steering wheel. The frozen yogurt meltdown and other PR misfires. Demi's PR track record hasn't helped either. Perhaps the most bizarre example came in 2021 when she publicly blasted a small frozen yogurt shop for stocking sugar-free options. Her claim? It promoted diet culture. The truth? They were catering to diabetics and people with dietary restrictions. It was a rare moment where the internet collectively paused and went, "Girl, what?" She could have backed down gracefully, maybe even laughed it off. But instead, she doubled down, turning what could have been a teachable moment into a full-blown "What is she doing?" headline. These kinds of controversies, though small, add up, and they've made her public persona harder to root for, even for longtime fans. The near misses, so close, yet so far. Let's be fair, Demi has had her moments in the sun. Her early albums like Here We Go Again and Don't Forget were genuinely great pop-rock projects. Songs like Skyscraper, Heart Attack, and her EDM collaborations like Solo and No Promises were commercial successes, but those highs have never been sustained. Every time it feels like she's about to level up and lock in her spot among the pop elite, something happens: a relapse, a pivot that doesn't land, a PR gaffe, or a just okay album rollout. It's like watching someone get 10 feet from the summit and then slide back down. What could help turn it around? All right, we have dished out the tough love, but now let's flip the script and talk solutions. Because despite the hiccups, Demi Lovato's career is not unsalvageable. It just needs a little recalibration. First things first, she needs to lock down a signature sound. Enough with the genre hopping. We want to hear a track and know instantly that it's Demi, no shazam needed. Consistency in tone and style would give her the musical identity she's sorely missing. Next up, let's lighten the lyrical load. We love heartfelt songwriting, but not every track has to feel like it belongs in a trauma docuseries. Give us songs about breakups, makeups, reckless nights out, stuff people actually put on repeat without needing a therapy session. Alongside this, it's time Demi ditched the trend chasing. Instead of molding her sound to what's hot, she should focus on what's her. Be the trendsetter, not the trend follower. Fan culture also needs some love. Demi should foster a more engaging community, something that goes beyond just supporting her struggles. Think fun, inside jokes, iconic tour names, even a nickname makeover for the Lovatics. And last but not least, the PR cleanup. The public is tired of awkward controversies and headline fumbles. It's time the focus went back to the music where it belongs. With a few intentional moves, Demi could rewrite her narrative and finally take her rightful place in pop royalty. If you vibe with this deep dive into Demi's roller coaster career, smash that like and hit subscribe so you don't miss more pop culture tea hotter than Demi's vocals. Got thoughts? Drop them in the comments. We are spilling, not silencing. Stay iconic, stay messy, in a fun way, and I'll see you in the next one.